Today, we're going to talk about the future potential WoW races in this game. And I'm going to tell you what the next race is going to be. Or at least I'm going to guess. And it's going to be a good guess. You'll see. Alright, first things first. When I say new playable WoW race, what is the first race that comes to your mind? The first race that you're like, damn, if I could play that shit, like, it would be like a 24-hour erection, like every time I'm on that character. What is the first race you think of? That's right. We all have it in common. Fucking Tuskars. Just look at these pieces of shit. They're fat, they're furry, they're adorable. They hunt like whales with like spears and shit. Like, dude, there is no race in this game more fucking epic than the fucking Tuskar. And the sooner Blizzard makes it a playable race, the better. Alright, but I guess we'll talk about the other races now. Let me start with the not gonna fucking happen races, alright? I know you guys want these races, but I highly, highly doubt they're gonna happen. Number 1. Gnolls, kobolds, trogs, and quillboar. No. Why? Because they're just basic bitch mobs to fight. With like no backstory. Like just a little bit of backstory. So no. Sorry, but you're not going to be able to play as a goddamn piggy man. Number 2. Anything with more than 2 legs. That's not going to happen. That means Nerubians, these dragon monsters, and that's pretty much it. Anything with more than 2 legs ain't going to happen. I highly doubt, like, freaking, we're going to have a Nerubian walking around wearing, like, boots and shit, like, and a little cape, and it's just not going to happen, alright? It's not going to happen. Unless they create some sort of, like mutant Nerubian that only stands on 2 legs, or something. But yeah, anything that doesn't have 2 legs is out. Alright? Alright. And finally, Murloc. It's not gonna happen, okay? Murlocs are our fishy friends, and they're going to remain our stupid fishy friends. Alright? I highly doubt Blizzard is gonna take our fishy friends and have those motherfuckers, like, you know, like running around and shit inside of Orgrimmar and Stormwind. And can you imagine like a Murloc wearing like a suit of like tier 20? It would look so like dumb. It's not gonna happen, okay? It's not gonna happen. But now let's talk about the more likely ones. Let's talk about the ones that are most likely. And then I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you what I think about the next WoW races. Or what the next race is gonna be. Number 1 is obviously Tuskar. Everybody wants Tuskar. I mean, I have never met a single person that has ever said to me with a straight face, dude, Nixxiom, like, I don't want to play as a Tuskar. They're, like, look at this, like, adorable beast. Like, there's no way I would want to play as that. There's absolutely no way. Like, they always, like, their face cracks, like, halfway through, and then they start crying a little bit, and they say, oh, gosh, I wish I could play as one. I wish I could play as one right now. Is Blizzard going to deliver? I don't know. We'll see, but they should. They definitely should. But, all right, let's talk about the other ones, the other boring likely ones. All right, let's go. Now, let me get this one out of the way pretty quick. Naga. Alright? Now, the problem with Naga is Naga kind of fall into this problem that, like, Nerubians and shit fall into. Nerubians and shit have more than 2 legs. Naga don't have any legs. They just have tails. So, how do you put a boot on a Naga? Like, if you equip a pair of shoes, how does that appear on a Naga? What about a pair of pants? Do Naga even need pants? I don't know. I mean, do I think Nagas are pretty cool? Kind of. And I know they're, like, definitely a fan favorite. Like, everyone's like, oh, dude, Naga. Like, fucking Naga, man. So, Naga are definitely, like... I honestly think this. I honestly think this when it comes to Naga. Blizzard never had any intention to put Naga in this game. Never. Never had any intention. And they probably still don't have any intention to make Naga a playable race. But if the fan outcry for them gets so freaking loud, they'll be like, okay, we'll find a way, I guess. Maybe that Naga just gets a little tiny pair of boots underneath its tail or something. I mean, whatever. But yes, the Naga are only likely because of how much people love Naga. Otherwise, they would definitely be in the not gonna happen camp. Next, the Jinyu and the Hosen. Now, these guys, honestly, I don't even see why they're not playable races already. I mean, The Jinyu and the Hosen in Mists of Pandaria, like when we were on Pandaland, they clearly divided, and the Jinyu sided with the Alliance, and the Hosen sided with the Horde. And so it's kind of like why not? I think that they are kind of the most likely. I mean, you could have like a Hosen running around, like a little monkey man, and then you could be a fish monster if, you know, you're a Jinyu. So that'd be kind of cool, right? Ogres. People have wanted ogres for a long time, just like Naga. Probably will happen at some point. Probably is going to happen. Another one is Satyr. Satyr probably could happen. I mean, they're corrupted night elves, so they could potentially maybe join the Horde or something. Because I highly doubt the night elves would be happy with fucking satyrs walking around Darnassus, lore-wise anyway. But they could possibly join the Horde down the road, and I'll get into all that in a second. You also have the Moarg, the Muarg, Felguard, alright? The race, that if you're a warlock and you summon a Felguard, it's that race. It's that demon, right? Some people say, oh yeah, I could potentially be this demon. Again, I'll get into all that in a second. And then you have Ethereals. Ethereals have been kind of popping up here and there, especially in Legion. They popped up a couple of times. It's possible they could become a neutral race. The way they move is really cool in the game, and it's possible. Ethereals, you know, especially since we're going to be going out into space here soon, going to Argus and fighting there, and who knows where WoW is going in the future. So maybe Ethereals, maybe. But I want to talk a little bit about what I think, you know, is going to happen and where I think the game is going in terms of future races and crap like that. So hear me out. So something that we've established through the Warcraft Chronicle and all this new lore that's come out in Legion, it's that the Burning Legion is not really like the biggest threat in the universe anymore, right? It's actually the Void Lords, the Lords of the Void. Those are the true dark powers in the universe and blah, blah, blah. And we've seen things like the Holy Dreadlord and shit as like a model that came out in Legion. And to be honest, whereas in the past, if you were to say to me, oh yeah, like playing as a Felguard and a Satyr or just a demon in general, like if someone said to me like, yeah, I want to play as those guys, I think those will be a playable race down the road, I'd probably say I highly doubt that. But now I think it is incredibly likely that you could, or in fact, it's so incredibly likely that I'm pretty confident that down the road at some point we are going to have this expansion come out where we're going to fight the Void Lords, and we're going to have these demon races that we're familiar with, but they're not going to be the Burning Legion versions of those races. So for example, you might have like a Felguard, a Muarg, or however the fuck you pronounce that, a Muarg. You know, you're going to have this guy, but he's not going to be, you know, this big black-skinned, like, you know, like thing. He's going to be like, you know, he's going to stand all tall and proud, and his skin will be like very like pale or something and like non-corrupted, and he'll be like the good version of like what a evil Felguard is, right? Or I mean, you could even have like a good version of a Dreadlord, you know, maybe something like that. The idea of being able to play as some of these demon races that we've seen in the Burning Legion, I think the likelihood of seeing that in the future is like through the roof right now. Probably going to end up playing as some of these demon races in the future. Now, obviously, we ain't going to have a Burning Legion expansion anytime soon. I mean, Warlords of Draenor had, like, its ending was kind of Burning Legion themed, and Legion is obviously Burning Legion themed, you know, go figure. So I don't think we're going to see the Burning Legion for a little while after this expansion is over. So I think like Ethereals are probably out because they're kind of like, outer space, an outer space, far away kind of race. The demon races are pretty much out. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think that the next race is probably going to be Naga. Now the reason why I say this is because Legion has already been establishing like Queen Ajara. I mean, we have the dungeon where we like fight like Ajara's Wrath and shit. We got the Naga running around Azuna. We even see Queen Ajara a few times in the quest lines. I have to sneeze. Anyway, we even see Queen Ajara a few times in the quest lines and shit. So it is very, very, very possible. And like, very, very possible. Not like, oh yeah, a South Seas expansion would be pretty cool. Like, no, it's pretty possible that the next expansion is going to be around Queen Ajara. And if that's the case, then Naga are going to be the playable race. It is possible that maybe it's like a group of Naga, like a break off from Queen Ajara, and they become a neutral race. And that's one thing that I've heard a number of people say. They want more neutral races in the game, kind of like Pandaren, where you choose at the end, do you want to go Horde or Alliance? And, you know, I'm all for that. Why not? But if they didn't go down that route, I would think that the Naga would most likely join the Horde, just because of just because Naga and Night Elves have a lot of animosity between them, lore-wise. And in that case, what would the Alliance get? I don't know. Maybe fucking Tuskar? Maybe fucking Tuskar? Like, how cool would that be? No, I don't know. I honestly don't know what the Alliance would get. So I think they would go with the Naga or, like, neutral route. That's what I think anyway. I think next expansion probably, maybe, will be themed around Queen Ajara. At long last, we're going to see that expansion come out. And then after that, probably going to see Wrath of the Fire King with Bolvar, since he's being all evil and shit all throughout Legion. And, you know, we're kind of getting them hints that Bolvar is kind of being a big naughty up north. So Wrath of the Fire King, and then after that we'll probably, you know, fight the Burning Legion and fight the Void Lords and all that shit. So that's what I think. I don't know though. I honestly don't know. It's just all speculation, man. It's just all speculation right now. But anyway, that's just my conclusions so far based on the little bits of evidence that we've gotten, you know, here and there throughout the expansions, and based on the community and how they treat different races and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, though. I mean, Blizzard is most likely going to throw a curveball, something that, like, whoa, like, we're not expecting. But I don't know. I'm probably going to be wrong. We're probably all going to be wrong, to be honest. Blizzard's going to hit us with a huge curveball. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But, guys, what do you think? What do you think the next race or races in WoW is going to be, and why do you think that? Like, you know, back it up, like, you know, back up your thoughts, you know, with like, oh, I think this because this. And also, more importantly, and this is the real question, like, what race do you want to play as, aside from the Tuskar? I know you guys want to play as the Tuskar, I get that, you know, but aside from the fucking Tuskar, what race do you guys really want to play as, you know? Like, what race do you really want to, you know, run around as and kill people with? So, is it the Naga, the Kobold, the Murloc? Let me know. Let me know. It's a good way to kind of see how the community feels, right? Right? Alright. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's currently 6 o'clock in the morning, so I think I'm gonna... I don't know. Maybe like go to bed or something. It's kind of late. So I guess I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon. Alright? Alright. I'll see ya.